Well, you say, but what she was doing was trying to turn something that could have been a little bit scary and a bit daunting, and it is quite a daunting thing, into something that was fun.
And humiliating.
I would have died 1,000 deaths if my mother had done that. I mean, maybe I'm from a different generation and people are more open now, but I don't know. I learned all about periods. I think I had one conversation with my mother, I remember vaguely. Didn't do it at school. Everything I learned... Do you remember Kathy and Claire in Jackie magazine? Yes. Everything I learned about periods was from Kathy and Claire in Jackie magazine and my friends, and obviously a few warped ideas of what periods were, but no, and my daughters are obviously a different generation. I think if I did that, they would think I'd lost my mind.
Can you see where she's coming from, though?
Did she have to use red for the icing?
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, you know, when you see any adverts on television to do with this subject, they always use blue.
Always blue. Yeah.
And she could have used blue, at least.
Well, apparently in the cake shop, the lady said, "Sure you don't want blue?" No, she wanted red. She definitely wanted red. You know, it's quite a scary time. We've all been through it at whatever age. You know, you started quite young, didn't you, Stacey?
I started really, really young. I was 10 when I started, and I remember, one, feeling really excluded from all of my friends because no one had started, and two, feeling just out of place. I had massive, well, not massive boobs, but like, I actually had boobs at 10, which was weird. And everyone would point and be like, "Oh, she's got boobs." Thanks. And then when I started, I thought it was horrendous. And don't get me, my mum was so liberal and so open about all of it. She was like, "It's going to happen, it's going to be great." That made it worse.
Would she have done a cake if that had been around?
If she had her chance, she would have thrown me the biggest period party going. And I remember her saying, like, trying to give me instructions on how to use, you know, and like without, and I was just
tampons.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I was just like, "Mum, please, this is so bad." I didn't want her to talk to me about it. I didn't want her to know I was doing it. I found it horrifying. The whole thing was just horrifying. The less spoke about it, the better.
I mean, I kind of like the fact that, but I don't think periods are a bad thing, or menstruation or anything like that. You know, we should be open about it and we should talk about it. But that's kind of a step too far, I think, for me anyway.
Very American, isn't it?
How was it with you?
I learned everything about periods from my best friend's babysitter, who was French, and she used to give us a word of the week to look up. I don't know what we'd have done without her. We'd never have learned any of these things. But she told us all about periods, so that by the time, you know, the real time came, our mums didn't have to tell us, because I would have died of embarrassment if my mum had even broached the subject. I already know about that. Thank you very much.
Do you remember actually getting your... I remember, because every night, my mum... I was aware of the fact that such a thing as a period existed, but I used to go to bed every night and I'd have a cup of cocoa, and I remember in the morning I said to my mum, "Oh, God, I've spilt my cocoa down my nightie," and she went, "That's not cocoa." And I remember vividly, like yesterday, the day of my... And I was really excited, and then about a week later I was like, "OK, I'm over this now. Don't want this anymore."
So I definitely think you should talk about all of that stuff, and I'm really open, and I loved that my mum was open. But I think at that point, my emotions just felt like, "Oh, just stop talking to me." I was already a teenager, and I just felt really weird about it being that close and personal with my mum about it. It was just really weird. Now we talk about it.
But you know, everything that happens in America happens here 10 years later. Maybe this is going to be absolutely ordinary, run-of-the-mill.
It might be.
Every young girl will have
like
one.
proms and Halloween. Who knows?
Have you talked to Amy about it?
Well, Amy's just turned 10. She was 10 in November, and that's, you know, you were 10. I think I was 11. I just started secondary school, and yeah, Mum had spoken to me about it, so I knew the theory of it. The practice was a little bit. But I don't remember it being a big shocking thing. We were
and they
quite
say it's a liberation. It means you're a woman. They don't tell you about the crippling pain it is as well. And the fact that I have to tell you, it's brilliant when it stops.
And it is. Do you know it is brilliant?
It
when
really
it
is
stops.
fantastic when it stops.
Oh, my mum had started really early, and she had a really early menopause.
Right.
So I worry now that because I've started early, the likelihood is you go the same as your mother, and that I will have an early menopause. And that is the one thing that scares me. Is I don't want to.
Maybe you should bank your eggs.
I've been speaking about it actually for a long time.
She's been talking to Auntie Jane. I'm going to freeze her eggs after the show. Auntie
Jane's got one back.
Now, I know there are loads of hilarious cat videos out there, but I promise these are even funnier. Take a look if you don't believe me.